bracket. We will be immediately switching to the next match. I believe on the A stream we're gonna be seeing Taiwan versus the Russian Federation going into this right now. The match is already starting. So this will be commentated still by Damarsh. So thank you so much for Damarsh for commentating this match. Good luck on your next match, and I hope it's gonna be an exciting one. And it's gonna be Exia also coming in here.
Good morning, everybody.
For now, I will have to say goodbye. Thank you for coming to the match Sweden versus China. Such a close match. Both teams just winning their own picks, and this tiebreaker getting so unbelievably close. And I hope this next match is also gonna be a banger. Have a good one. Bye bye.
So we march on straight into the next match. No rest for the Riri. Seed 6 versus Seed 11. Taiwan versus the Russian Federation. First of all, Exia, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Just got some good breakfast, just got some eggs, and now we're just ready to commentate some great matches. We have a pretty close-seeded match, Taiwan versus Russia Federation. I expect this to go the long way. You can possibly see this go to tiebreaker if possible, but already with the bans, Fremont 3 and Hard Arc 1, definitely going to be in these skill sets. Hard Arc 1 just getting rid of that kind of like snappy aim for the consistency. Fremont 3, I unfortunately did not look at this map. It's the last map I didn't look at. So do you have any information on this Fremont 3, Damarsh?
Yeah, it's very, the Fremont 3 very tech focused. Oriented. It's got a very high easy modifier, which is something to consider as well. It's 2.8 for the easy modifier, so a lot of score to gain on that. Of course, the offset of that is it's a very tricky map to play with easy, so maybe they fanned it for that, but it could also just be that it's tech focused plus the modifier elements. I think it's not very favorable on the average hidden player, so might be an indication of that, which would be matched by Taiwan banning the hard rock there.
It's going to be the DT1 we're getting straight into. This DT1 complete skill set change or complete kind of mapping change from the one that we had in round of 32. You had Doorman, which is basically just all jumps, just all consistency. This is going to bring it kind of like a turnaround into kind of a burst speed map. You have that 243 BPM change. This is kind of sprinkled with a lot of more intensive bursts. So you're gonna see loads of accuracy drops possibly from these players, since 273 BPM or 278 BPM, really fast. I don't think any burst goes above 9, so not gonna be anything def streamy. Just going to be pure burst. It is going to be pretty consistent on these kind of bursts. Nothing too aim heavy. It's still going to be DT1 consistency, but mainly going to be on that accuracy and burst.
Yeah, plus also as well, the OD only being at 9.1, it's quite entry level. And when you add that to the AR10, it's not too out of the realms for even the non-consistent DT players. It's just very fast, it's very bursty. So just expecting a lot of high scores overall. I think that's going to be a trend with a lot of these maps. As long as you can hit bursts at 270, you'll be able to play this map really. So it kind of just comes down to consistency on this bursty type skill set.
Definitely going to be some star players from Russia. Definitely going to be looking at Stasia and as well as Verkuda on the bottom right for Russia, as well as Spinesnight. Really huge players that stepped it up in the round of 32 to bring themselves into the winner's bracket. So definitely going to be looking at those players for some great accuracy, great consistency, and the great combos that are to follow. Huge accuracy lead for Russia, but not that much. It's going to be lots of drops of 100s on these bursts, so if you expect some accuracy lead from a team, you're going to see huge drops when we get to these really long and 9 bursts. Going to be really important in the middle key eyes. Some of these bursts are really extensive, Stacia, with the first break, but it's going to be not that much of a matter. Taiwan with the advantage here first.
So an early advantage. Fedotov going to be dropping though. No trade up again for Taiwan, so looking much stronger on this. But they've still got 2 full combos, Russia, so they gotta try and pull something back. But Taiwan, even though it's not their pick, looking so strong to start this out.
Yeah, would break, and Nashikara is going to follow that, so it is going to be 2 apiece for both teams. Going to be really comfortable for Russia, as the combo advantage from the supporting combo is going to help that a little bit longer. But the 2 combos that we have, or excuse me, the 4 FCs that we have, all players above 98%, Spine's Knight just below 98%, just a little. Going to rise that up to the 98%, but the accuracies, you can see on Russia, a lot of 99%, a lot of 98%, pretty high 98% too. So the accuracy well on Russia's side, which is going to bring this lead over to them, but the combos are what's most important, as the supporting combo is a little bit more larger than Taiwan.
Yeah, definitely the favored team right now. Good supports all around for Russia. Taiwan still potentially dangerous as we go into the tail end of this map now. Last quarter to go. We've seen drops already. Will we see any more? Nashikari going to be finding the first one for Taiwan, but there goes Tokiata. Trading things up, but it's still Russia favored with the supports. Oh, a triple break! Massive flare and Nashikari both dropping, and that is going to solidify the score for Russia, who only had the one, who had already dropped the combo.
Comes down to a couple of misses at the very end. Unfortunate stuff for Taiwan, but yeah, Russia going to consolidate on their pick, not going to give that away. Really comfortable for them, as you can already see, just 1 FC from Zuha. Really comfortable stuff from them. And Taiwan with the next pick, maybe you're looking for something like Tech, as Russia banned that Fremont 3, that Nomad 4, a lot more techy than that Fremont 3, as you have loads of slider streams. You got loads of slider tech in that one.
So Hidden 2 comes out for Taiwan. First pick on the board. And this seems like it's going to be a strong pick for them. With every sort of rhythmic style Hidden 2. This one, kind of a jazz swing style to it. And that's kind of represented into the map as well.
Yeah, this map has a little bit of variable aim in this. You got some like wide angles, then you got some short. Pretty awkward in some cases. You're definitely going to have that rhythmic aspect that Damarsh mentioned, with some 1/6 sprinkled in and some 1/3. It's going to be a little bit everywhere for this kind of map, but nope, no like huge stacks. I think the reading aspect of this is going to be there. Not going to be like huge reading, but the low AR is going to make the aim a little bit more dense.
Yeah, and the other thing to consider as well is how well both these teams did in the sort of qualifier stage, because as you go up round by round, you know, when you go from qualifiers to round of 32, there's a definite drop in star rating, whereas you look at the qualifier results, you could be looking at a much closer contest. And especially like on the hidden maps overall, Taiwan looking like the stronger team, but so consistent on that hidden 2. The 3 million team score in qualifiers, so seems on paper a very Taiwan favored map.
Yeah, the qualifier results, number 2 overall for Taiwan. Definitely going to be seeing the top 4 performers that Taiwan had Rhea, Spines Knight, Flyer, Gao Hao. You're definitely already seeing all 4 of them as well. And for Russia, definitely going to see Rakuda. Definitely going to be seeing Vlados, Paracat, Shade. Going to be these players for the Russia team for this low AR. But good luck, have funs. Going in the chat, going into our hidden 2 second map of our match. When we first pick of Taiwan, very important to win. Second pick, losing on your second pick in the first map, not going to be really good as you're going to be down 2-0, potentially down 3-0. So must wins are going to be here for Taiwan. The low AR pick right into it.
Yeah, and also as well, very lengthy map as well. 3 minutes and 4 in length. So really going to be going the distance on this one. But let's see if what they did in the qualifiers rings true in the bracket stage. Both teams very even to start this out though. Early break there from Flyer. And Spines Knight going as well. So Taiwan down 2 combos very early on. Not what I was expecting in the first quarter of this map.
These combos are going to be really important. That's going to be another 3-way break for Taiwan as well as Paracat following them in sweet. Russia, 3 FCs to 1. The qualifier results not reflecting what should be on paper currently. Vlado's going to find a break as well as Shade, and that's going to be kind of a wipe across the board. And there's only 1 FC on the board with Russia as for Cuda. An FC at 97.3% is going to continue to shred through this hidden 2 as that score lead 250k and continuing the rise is actually going to be pretty huge if no FCs drop from Bercuda here. Nothing is going to be able to help Taiwan. More breaks from Spines Knight. Going to be traded by Paracat, but that's going to favor Russia at the end.
Yeah, and Bokita doing amazing work for Russia right now as Paracat finds another reset. They're still going to be holding that line, maintaining that score lead into the last quarter, but good supporting combos from Taiwan. If they can just find a break from the Russian full combo, they can begin to mount a comeback, but if that is allowed, as Bokita continues great dominance in this matchup.
Yep, nearing the end of the map, no breaks for Cuda. That's going to be an insane score if the FC gets through. Everyone is breaking, but he's the one that just keep going on this FC. Yeah, it's a lot of breaks. Riaya not following far behind with another huge combo of themselves. But unfortunately, too little, too late. A little breaks happen a little too early. And just the FC absolutely in your face. 96% is going to be that scoreline. And what a great score that Russia has put up. A 2.3 team score to take over a 1.9 team score over Taiwan to get the break point. And they are up 2-0 with a pick next for them.
Yeah, what a fascinating point, to be honest. I was not expecting Taiwan to be bested on the sort of reading map and the rhythmic style. I was not expecting that at all. So, you know, really strong performance from Russia. Kind of a solo performance there from Bokita, but a great overall showing and an early breakpoint, massive for your mental and team performance early on. If they can carry through with this momentum into their second map pick, which, to be honest, I'd be surprised if they deviate anything from other than DT2. That's just the map I'm predicting. I'd be surprised if it's anything else.
Yep, double picking is allowed. Definitely gonna possibly see the 78 BPM burst speed map. It's gonna be that normal 5, and yeah, that's gonna be the 230 BPM stamina draining map. Definitely kind of similar to that DT1, except just a lot more depth streaming, just a lot more snappy and aim, which makes this map pretty shit missable, excuse me. And also, the snappy aim becomes kick sliders at one point, which unfortunately it makes this a little bit more shit missable. And especially at the key eyes, that's where you're going to see most of these heavy streams. And at the end of the map, I think that's where most of that stamina is going to be orientated to, and possibly where most of your score is going to come from.
Yeah, so a lot of variation in between the map picks. Russia, can they carry this through though? Get another lengthy map as well, very stamina intensive. A lot of drain on this. But could be another solid pick for Russia. They're going to try and extend that lead even further. The 3.6 circle size, quite nice. Really quite comfy, I think, for a lot of players. It's not on the CS3 side where it just feels very dense. But the AR 9.6 is going to feel quite comfy, I think, for a lot of players, which is reassuring, at least for the average player who might not be able to handle this sort of high BPM.
I think aim will be a problem. Forgot to mention the midsection has this kind of like stop and go part with the metal of this song. Definitely going to be part of the drums. Of course, you're going to see the top performers. I'd say you got to pay attention to Berkuda from Russia Federation. For the bottom left, definitely going to be Staisha as well for Russia, as well as Riaya and Spiden's Knight for Taiwan. Definitely going to be those huge players and huge all-arounders that have been able to perform heavily for the qualifiers, as well as some huge scores in round of 32. But it's number 5, getting straight into it. It's not going to kick in, but yeah, a little bit of a slow section, but right into it. And that's pretty much the rest intensity for the rest of the map.
Yeah, so the calm before the storm ends as the map gets underway. Really even start. No early drops, no big surprises. A stronger accuracy start from Russia. So Taiwan still hanging in there, but some adjustment issues from Naku Kamui. Gonna lead them trailing slightly. But a long way to go in this one. Just only a quarter of the way through the map.
Aim section, pretty sure missable part. Kick sliders do come in, no breaks. Pretty sure it's into the key eye section. Here we go. This is where you're gonna see a lot of accuracy drops from a lot of people. Berkuda finding a bit of that. Gonna give a lot of advantage towards Taiwan to just bring this accuracy lead back, but it's just going to be that game for now, as both players hit that little section right here. 1/3's coming in. Accuracy's dropped a little bit, a little shakes. Berkuda dropping a couple of hundreds, and that's going to be pretty huge for Taiwan to bring this back. But no FCs have been dropped, and it's all going to come down to accuracy, but as well as Spine's Knight just finding the first break of the Nomad 5, and this is already halfway in the map, so the score cap is going to be pretty huge.
Yeah, it's really going to be a massive score cap for Spine's Knight. But there goes Suzuha for Russia. So it's a late trade up, but one that probably benefits Taiwan that a little bit more. So score bar going to slowly pull, but not with Ryuya dropping massive accuracy so far. Russia still managing to hold on to this. Really good accuracies on their side, but there goes Berkuda. Drops the full combo. And that is a combo difference.
Okay, we're getting close to the part where it's going to be the most stamina draining is as soon as you hear the guitar, that's definitely when you're gonna hear the dev streams come more in. But yeah, this is definitely the part I'm talking about. More intensive streams, more intensive stamina is going to be needed. The accuracy drops from Yaya is giving Russia a little bit of leeway as that lead is just slowly trickling into Russia's advantage. But no, Suzuha finding a break, so that's going to be pretty huge. Unfortunately, it might be a Bancho because of this little freeze right here. So we're gonna have to head C, but as you can see on the screen, still 3 FCs for Taiwan, only 2 for Russia, but the accuracy that Russia has is keeping this really close. That is a DC possibly from Rakuda.
Oh, that would be the worst timing for Russia. I'm not able to 3v4 this. Oh no, there he is, he's back. He returns. Bancho leg. Slightly, but that was a big combo drop. Let's see if they make up that score. Another break from Suzuha. I think that Taiwan, they're gonna break back on this one. Massive combos from 3 of their players. What a point.
Yeah, unfortunately, as we see Rakuda just continue to play the map, unfortunately, not enough map, not enough score, not enough combo. Accuracy drops from Taiwan made it a little scary as that lead, as the hundreds were starting to drop. The lead was slowly going to the side of Russia, but I think the combos at the end from Taiwan continuing to hold. Unfortunately, a really sad slider breaks from Neku Kamu to get that choke on this Noma 5. But yeah, Taiwan break it back. It's gonna be their pick next. It's gonna be the opportunity to tie this to a piece. What you looking for, Damarsh?
Mod 4, it's not even any time to debate it. Now straight in with the tech heavy map. Interesting map, this one. It's not your more traditional quick 2 or 2.5 minute tech map. It's all the way up at 3 minutes. So there's a lot to fit into this one.
175 BPM is going to be slotted for this Noma 4. You got some slider streams in these midsections, as well as a little bit some in these little PIs, and especially in these kind of like bass drops, and then in some of these little sections right here, as you can hear in the song. The slider tech in this map becomes really high velocity, and sometimes they are going to have these slider points, which are going to be required to aim. The map doesn't really start until like the 20% mark, or like the first fifth is done. And so yeah, it's going to be like a lot of check for buzz sliders, some awkward aim as well, flow. Pretty consistent difficulty throughout the map though.
Yeah, definitely a lot to think about with this map, and the team's taking their time getting into this one, trying to get that last minute practice in, I reckon. But Spine's Night definitely looked like a big team anchor for this team, so expecting a lot from them. Assuming a lot of these picks based around their strengths, their skill sets, but I mean Ryuya as well, also been in for a lot of these maps as well, so definitely a bit of a dynamic duo for this Taiwanese roster. They managed to take the break point. Russia in that last map, they can win this one, keep their own, we're back on even terms with Russia. So an interesting choice. Can they right the wrongs of their first map pick at Hidden 2? Can they finally retain their own pick here? Here we go.
Might need a little panic. Missing 2 players on the Bancho, but yeah, you can see how the map is in the first 30 seconds. But this is basically nothing until we get into the build-up. You definitely will see the build-up when it happens. You can hear it in the drums. You can hear it in her voice.
So we don't know how those other two players are doing, but if we can assume that they're running the same, a trade up there from Taiwan and Russia. There's still 3 combos full piece. We don't know how Aaron and Paracat are doing right now. That could change the dynamic of this map at the moment. 2 full combos on both sides and 2 recoveries. The matchup is still neck and neck here, 1/3 of the way through the map.
Into that tech section that I've been talking about, the slider streamers do not catch anybody off, but it's actually the slider aim that's going to be the F of them, and that's going to be another break from Spinestein. So a little bit of problems here for Taiwan. Unfortunately, the combos from Aaron and Paracat we're not going to be seeing yet. 2 FCs from Russia gonna make this really, really comfortable for them. Where did that break come from for Cuda? Hopefully that is a Bancho, but if that is a break, that's gonna be a very unfortunate break right there, and that's gonna be the break for Cuda. So it's gonna be a break coming out from nowhere, and it's gonna be Gauha versus Verluta. Right now, a little bit more breaks coming out from Bercuda. Spinestein trading that back. Stacia as well, and it's gonna be a 1v1 against Gauha and GLaDOS currently.
Still don't know the situation between Aaron and Paracat. Pretty much into the last quarter of the map, we still have no idea. So at the moment it's very close, but it could be very, very different when we return. Is it close? Is it not? No clue, to be honest with you. But we can only breaks, when they do happen, going to be critical for either side, but definitely feel like Russia are much more of the favourites going into this one. But there was that number 5 that they were unsuccessful on. They are looking to solidify strong with a map pick of their own, because as you said, 3 breakpoints in a row. Anything can happen.
Fortunately, the streamer is still going to be asleep on the booth for our tech stuff. So, score is going to be Taiwan on 1 point, Russia on 3 points. So just keep that in mind as we soon get reach of our streamer. We're definitely going to be seeing the Taiwan players always going to have Riaya in here. And as well as Flyer, really good player for that Nomad 5 that we just saw. The 2 FCs that we saw in Nomad 5. Let's see how this DT2 goes for them. Let's see if Russia can just wipe the memory away from that Nomad 5. Breaks from that Nomad 5, unfortunately, did cost them a little bit. Comes down to a couple of breaks, but it is what it is. Russia just got to wipe that away. Brush that off their shoulders. Just get straight into this DT2 with absolute confidence.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We run in the 3v3. This isn't 3WC. This is 4WC. Well, again, we report what we can see. 3 players on either side.
Did he actually fall asleep? What happened to our streamer? Fortunate stuff that has occurred on the streamer side of things. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a mystery on those 2 other scores from Taiwan and Russia, but definitely gonna be most important. What's on the screen right now? Only combo off is Fidov, but that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna be keeping us interested on this DT2. Definitely gonna be seeing that finger control coming in, but as we wind down the first minute of this map. 5 FCs on the board, 3 on Taiwan and Russia with 2, but maybe it is going to be 4 FCs against 3 as we do not know the scores of the unknown people.
Yeah, that's a level of excitement, but we just have no idea. But alas, Taiwan looking strong from what we can see. Suzaha finding that break, dropping that full combo, and so you're just left with Stacia, Fedorov, and whatever Fukuta is doing for Russia, whereas Nashikari, the unknown, Neko Kamui, Flyer, and Ryuya all on full combos. I can't believe that Russia are going to be able to pull this out with Fukuta's score. I mean, I've been wrong in the past, but
I can imagine it. It's all up to the MP link, honestly. Oh, map's done. What will we see in the MP link? It's not popping up. And oh my goodness.
that was crushing.
Well,
that was it.
That's a 4 million team score from Taiwan there. 1 FC, but loads of huge scores, and that's gonna be another breakpoint in the books for this match. Anything could happen in this match right now. The score is completely inaccurate. It's 2-3 for Taiwan-Russia Federation. This is a little bit of a cooler match as I'm a little confused. The chat's a little confused. It's a little scrambled from here on out.
Yeah, hopefully we can get things back on track very, very soon. But what we do know is that it has been another breakpoint in this matchup, putting us up to 4. And yeah, Taiwan now to take us into the next pick. They are once again looking to even up the score. Try and make it 3-3. Ignore what it says at top. What is up top is wrong. Completely wrong.
Completely wrong. It's completely wrong.
It's not even
Nothing. Everything is an illusion at this point. Hard Rock 2 is gonna be Taiwan's pick. And if we're following suit of what's happening in this match, it's gonna be a Russian win. But we could possibly change in this specific map, as the consistency from Hard Rock 2 could be a game changer. The Hard Rock 1 that was banned from Taiwan, looking as if this kind of skill set or this kind of mod is a little bit difficult for these players, but I think the precision, especially in this case, as this map just basically precision on that 171 BPM. I don't think nothing really intensive really happens in this map. I think what you're going to see is basically the kind of flow of this entire map. And especially the length of this map, 4 minutes, is going to be absolutely grueling, as the combos are going to be pretty high and the nerves are also going to be pretty high as well. A little bit of a choke section in the ending Ki, but all in all, this is a pretty consistent Hard Rock 2.
Yeah, the Hard Rock 2, the nerve control on this map it's asking a lot, because it is mostly just circles. It's really hard to gain a lot of combo fast. So if you've got 1 or 2 players who are soloing this really well, they can kind of just run away with the combo and the matchup. But we'll see if we get another 4v4, because we've had 3v3s for the last couple of maps. Keep our fingers crossed.
Could be a little better on a 4v3, but we would like all our players on screen. I was panicking a little bit, and it's gonna be a 4v3 as I predicted. It's looking a little better. It's looking a little better, as we will know the entire score of Taiwan, but we will have to depend on the MP link for Russia's missing score on screen.
Yes, OD 12.6.
Whoa. Wait.
That's a new one on me.
Is that even possible in Osu?
Maybe with DT?
I don't think the OD is capped here, but it's only 2 breaks on the board. Taiwan, Russia, considerable accuracies, comparable accuracies, comparable combos. A little bit advantage towards Taiwan. Unfortunately, do not know the score of Shade currently. Vitatov. That was a horrible pronunciation, but that's going to be a break on the bottom right of your screen. To give advantage towards Taiwan. Some are going to trade that out, but it is going to be 3 FCs to 1 with a reverse choke on Russia Federation.
Yeah, and a mystery score as well. It seems likely that it's going to be still in Taiwan's favor, even if Shadever was on a very good accuracy run. Russia training by nearly 300k now, which no player in the lobby has reached so far.
That's a pretty good act from Taiwan as well. I mean, all your players above 97.5%. You have really good combos from 3 of those players. Our streamer is back? I am confused. There's still 1 person missing. That combo could possibly matter, but with a little bit of a score that's happening and 430k being the max currently of the map right now, it needs to... Oh! We're finally getting our player.
He lives.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And Shade isn't on an FC, but that's going to be a Taiwan lead by 350k as we're dwindling down to the last third of the map. You need breaks from both of these FCs from Taiwan if you want to make this a little interesting. But unfortunately, these FCs will not drop. There is still a choke point in this last key eye, so that could be a little bit of a determining factor of this map right here.
So it looks like Taiwan may be the first team in this matchup in over 4 maps to retain their own map pick. That will lead us to a tied up situation. You've still got Spine's Knight with the full combo. Fly just dropped theirs. There it goes, and there is a big combo left on Russia, but nowhere near enough time to make up 400k. Nowhere near enough map either.
Gonna be now we're finally back to suit with finally a point going their way. Score is 3-3, so what you're seeing is not accurate, but definitely gonna change that as soon as possible.
So 3-3 is up there. Finally, we are back down at ground control. We're up to a best of 3 now, with limited map options for both teams. Does Russia continue with their pick record and go DT3? I mean, they're 1 for 1 on the DT map, so maybe not the best choice here.
Fortunately, they did find the lost on that DT2, 1 for 2 on the DT maps. Looking at that Nomad pool, still on that Nomad 1 generic consistency map, that hidden 1, a little bit of that flow, a little bit of the aim control on that map. Nomad 2 still on the board, Nomad 3 as well. A lot of the free mods, 2 out of the 3 free mods still on board. There's no players to pick free mod yet, so considering that type of action, type of pick, it's going to be considerable. Free mod 2 into that crash map, kind of gridding style anti-mod map. The easy multiplier for that is 1.2, so unfortunately going to be pretty punishing if you do pick easy on that free mod 2. And it's going to be that free mod 2 that I've already been considering for Russia Federation.
Yeah, a little bit of Hyedane for the anti-mod style map. Only 5.5 stars. How hard could it be? Said no one ever. You've got that circle size 5, so if you take that hard rock, it's going to punish you with CS 6.5. If you take that AR8 and slap hidden on there, you've got quite a dense hidden map. To take easy, like you said, only 1.2 times multiplier, so really no easy way out of this one, pardon the pun.
But it feels very Kirby mix, this map.
Agreed. Yeah, it's something I think he would have mapped back in the day. Yeah, this... I think it was the crash difficulty was the... was inspired by the Kobe mix style.
Yeah, loads of stop and goes for the kind of like flow aim for these kind of streams. 135 BPM shouldn't be so difficult to stream. I think accuracy is going to be a little bit of a problem for hard rock players. The OD10 is going to make this a little bit difficult for them. The low AR are going to make this, as you said, dense for the kind of flow that is being put into this map. Definitely going to be seeing 11 IQ in this map as, yeah, the hidden, or excuse me, the precision from that guy going to be pretty good. Rakuda as well as, who else was it? It was going to be Vlados, also in for Russia. Gao Yaya, Spines Knight, definitely going to be the huge 3 core for Taiwan. The good looks are coming in. Definitely going to be seeing the hiddens coming from Gao Hao. I think I've switched 11 IQ with somebody else, but yeah, it's going to be Rakuda with that low AR hidden.
So we can see both teams opting for 2 hard rock players on either side. Kind of additional mod. And mods go Kamui and Vlados for Russian Federation. At the moment, they are the ones in the lead. Early breaks and slider drops for Taiwan, but still trying to chase. There goes Spine tonight, though.
Gonna be pretty huge breaks. Actually, Taiwan is just gonna have a 3-way break as well as Rakuda. Gonna be falling behind with that hidden mod. So there's gonna be hidden currently out of the picture right now for some huge advantage. Already at the last third of the map as just 3 FCs to 1 for Russia Federation. It's going to be very comfortable for them. It's the sliders, and it's going to be another break from Rakuda, but nothing is going to be affecting the full FCs from 3 of their players. Highest accuracy from Russian Federation, 99.2% on the hard rock, incredibly impressive. And only 1 FC from Taiwan. Fortunately, going to be the end of the map. 3.5 million team score. Amazing stuff from Russian.
Yeah, honestly, on that map, so much volatility built into that map, and yet they handled it really, really well with 3 full combos and a 98% on the hidden. So well deserved, up to 4 points. They are just 1 away. It's all on Taiwan for that last map pick. Let's see where they are likely to go. Oh, we can even get there. Make their decision. Hidden 1. Look out for them, because that hidden 2 didn't really go their way. Memory serves.
Yeah, didn't serve them quite as they wanted to, but hidden 1 completely different in skill sets. You're definitely gonna have that a little bit of aim control, definitely have that flow. The 9.5 AR definitely gonna make this a little bit more readable for these players. Not gonna be dense at any cost, but the 8.7. This is kind of like an aim control map, kind of a flowy map. It's gonna be really note lockable. Missing one of these notes in the middle of these flow sections or aim control sections, gonna find some of these note locks. Gonna diminish your score quite a lot. And 2 minutes and 15 seconds, gonna be quite a short map. Taiwan needs to win this, push this to tiebreaker. Russian Federation already guarantees it with their 1 score above Taiwan, so really important map from both of these players. Do you want to see a tiebreaker, or do you want to force it? That's the question for both of these players. But yeah, the hidden 1 completely different from that hidden 2 that we just saw. It's going to be a battle for combo, battle for accuracy, probably not, but combo is going to be most important for this one, as definitely going to see a lot of breaks in this.
Yeah, for sure. He's on the shorter style on the length, so we'll see if Taiwan are able to kind of take this all the way. They've got some good players in there. Spine Knight having a really good game thus far. Galhao as well. Flyer looking really good. Ryuya not having the best, but has looked good on these hidden maps, so we'll see whether they can force this tiebreaker down to the last map now. Russia on breakpoint and match point, looking to shut down Taiwan here. Let's see how they get on. Right out of the gate, both teams good adjustment on this. Really good accuracies coming out from Russia. I thought gave him the slight lead, but Evan, IQ player, dropping a fair bit of accuracy early on. Want to bring that back. Really early on this stuff. There's the first break coming in from Spines Knight. First full combo down. Team Taiwan.
A little bit of double section, the aim control section right there. The Wiggles are going to catch Ryuya and Vlasdos right there. So Flyer finding another break right there. 1 FC to 2 currently. Gets to the most intensive midsection part right now. Lots of aim control, lots of flow in this section. Paracat going to find one huge break. Flyer trading that out. But it's going to be another break for Rakuda, and that's going to be all the FCs down for Russia. And so Taiwan, with a combo from Galhao, can be able to take this back, as the combo from that is definitely versusing all of Russia's combo right now. 111 IQ finding another break. Spines Knight. Unfortunately, finds another little early break there too, but Galhao, it's the Galhao show right now, as the combo well in his pocket, well in his sleeve. And that's going to bring it all the way to Taiwan's side. 100k in advantage, continuing the climb. Amazing combo from themselves, as that is a performance to be upheld into this hidden 1. Great stuff. Taiwan win this map, and with that is going to be the card. Fortunately, the tiebreaker, Shadow Maker.
Yeah, beautiful performance from Galhao on that hidden 1. Beautiful stuff. So 8 maps in, and we do not have a winner. So like you said, it is time for the 7-minute tiebreaker. This is a real nerve control focus map. It really does dip up and down in terms of intensity, so you'll have a lot of slow sections, but the map does build up suddenly. Kind of aim to catch players out. It's really quite nasty in parts.
Especially in the instrumental part in the midsection, that's definitely where you're going to see loads of the breaks. We've only seen this tiebreaker be played once against Sweden versus China. Really close map right there. 23k for that Sweden versus China match right there. There's only 1 FC currently for this map in the round of 16 on Scylla, with a whopping 99.3%. So in comparison to all the other scores, 400k, 400k, 300k, a little bit of a 700k as well. But definitely going to be some huge combos that are going to be upheld in this map right here. I expect the average combo to be around 1,400, or maybe like 1,000, like 1,000 to 400 combo to be average in what this map is. Midsection, yeah, basically just easy in the early 2 minutes of this map. As soon as we get into the midsection, you're gonna see some combos fly. Definitely gonna see some patterns. Absolutely demolish them.
Yeah, we saw in the previous matchup that was played, Scylla went all the way in FC, 2,500 combo in this map to be obtained from players. That was a crazy score, and if you see anything like that, you can't hold off a 1v3 in that sort of situation. So we'll see if we get any form of repeat in this matchup. It's all to play for here.
Seven-minute tiebreaker is absolutely gonna test the nerves. Ooh,
That's not meant to be there.
stream can't see that. Oh no, I didn't even know we had the countdown on this. Yep, this map starts off real slow in the first minute and two, so nothing going to be really happening. Lots of accuracy drops from both teams. I mean, Paracat at 91%. Slow BPMs just getting to them. The 126 BPM they just have to adjust to from that 160 BPM from that hidden one that we just played. Excuse me, not 160 BPM. I think it's around, yeah, it is 160 BPM. I was correct. So just adjusting to the slower BPM 126 BPM map. Definitely gonna see a lot of 1/3. Definitely gonna see a lot of alt patterns. It's gonna be all for the combo currently. Don't think accuracy is gonna have a huge play unless some combos are considered to be pretty close. So really easy sections for these first 2 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. First break could be crucial. Either team. Russia with a slight lead at the moment. Some good accuracies. In the right-hand column. Couple of stragglers on the 96. Spines Knight and Gauhao for Taiwan. Holding them down just a little bit, but so much map left to go. Only a quarter of the way through, and it now picks up a little bit.
That's Flyer with the first miss, so 11 IQ was also going to trade that out. I thought it was going to be a little bit more interesting here, but it is going to be a little bit, as only 3 FCs from both teams apiece. Paracat with the hidden multipliers keeping this in the lead for Russia Federation. So as this hidden multiplier continues to rise in the scoreline, I think this is why they're picking hidden, but that hidden is going to drop, so loads of combos from Russia going to drop, and it is going to be 1 FC to 1. But the hidden multiplier keeping them 50k above. Rakuda finds a break on that little triangle section, but now into the now into the second third of the map, where this is where loads of breaks come from. Loads of different variable patterns come through. You're gonna see a lot of flow. You're gonna see a lot of different alt patterns and a lot of snappiness to these sliders, but it's the most important section, and Spines Knight with the FC is going to continue to shred this and bring the score lead back.
Yeah, the chase begins. For Taiwan. Oh, there goes Spines Knight. That's full combo down. Now Russia looking like the more dangerous team. All players at nearly 500 combo each. Gonna start to extend that massively. Spine's not going to be so score capped as well, missing pretty much halfway through the map.
Mine's now with a couple more breaks, so loads of leeway for Russian Federation here. Huge combos from all across their board. All combos above 700 like combo number. So Taiwan only one combo in the 4-digit, but it's the only one that's really giving an effort for Russians money. Riaya not far behind with an 800 combo. Paracat finds a break on possibly nothing. I unfortunately didn't see what the break was, but a little bit of slow section, a little free combo. Unfortunately, you cannot miss, and it gives just a little bit of combo towards Taiwan, but that score lead not budging at all, staying at 80k. Paracat finding another break. The hidden multiplier is still having an effect as 290k in scoreline. Gonna have a huge dent in Taiwan's masterful piece in this kind of map, but really free combo here until we get this last section done.
Yeah, and 3 out of 4 from Russia. Looking so strong right now, but Flyer also a massive combo and it's gone. Disaster for Taiwan here in the last quarter. Paracat going to be dropping as well, but it's not the big combo that they need. 11 IQ clear drops. That's going to help them a little bit. It's all on Ryuya and Spine's Knight to try and pull something back, but they're facing massive resistance from Russia at this stage.
One third section. Rakuta finds a break, and that could be a little bit interesting, but we do find ourselves at the slower section of the map. The vocals come back in. Lots of free combo now from here on out. I don't think anyone is breaking here. And as that score lead at 141k, possibly gonna be the GG put into the chat, but there isn't any silly breaks that come through. I don't think that score lead changing anytime soon.
I would be very surprised to see a massive change here. Late stage, Stacia doing so much work, and it is the end of the map. Basically, there's like no combo at the end. Decisive tiebreaker, but it is gonna be the upset in this matchup. What a performance from Russia. They hold it out in the final map. We'll knock out Taiwan.
Yep, it's gonna be Taiwan moving down to quarterfinals, losers bracket, as Russia finds themselves guaranteed top 12. It's not top 12. I forgot what the number is, but guaranteed a semifinal spot in losers bracket. But that was an interesting match, as 4 breakpoints have been occurred in this map. Literally half of the pickable maps for this Taiwan versus Russian Federation match. But it is going to be the end of that virtuoso. We are gonna have a switch up in commentators. Gonna be United States versus Indonesia coming up next. Gonna be commentated by yours truly, Florian and Hubba Wubba. So watch out for that, as well as B Stream having a great matchup. Colombia versus United Kingdom. Just stay tuned for that on the B Stream. And I think that's everything we have to cover. Anything else you have to say, Damarsh?
No, that's it, man. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back in just a moment with US versus Indonesia.